I don't care who you are, nobody saw this coming. Alongside Mike Johnson. Johnny, a couple of camps here. Despite their incredible start, not much respect. FanDuel still only has the Jets as the 13th favorite to win the Cup. So some figure pump the brakes, relax way too early. Others are now calling them serious Cup contenders. Where do you land on this?
They're far closer, Gino, to being a Cup contender than they are to being a middle-of-the-pack odds makers pick. What are we talking about here? 8-0. Are we forgetting how good they were last year as well? Are we forgetting they might have the best, most important player in the world in Connor Hellebuck when you talk about goaltending in the NHL? Yes, we know that they won't be 40% in the power play and 90% in the penalty kill the entire time. We maybe know that their goaltenders might not make every single save the rest of the year. But make no mistake about it, they were good last year for a reason. They have a good system, they have good players, they understand what the team needs to do to be successful. I get how we could be somewhat affected by the way they flamed out in the playoffs, but they'll get there again, and it's unlikely they will have that same kind of problem. So yes, they deserve some more R-E-S-P-E-C-T respect, because the Jets are very good and should be one of the favorites right now for the Stanley Cup.
All right, then. How good are they? The Jets have clearly been the best Canadian team so far, but are you ready to call them Canada's best current hope to snap the Canadian Cup drought dating back to 1993?
So as much as I think the Jets deserve more respect, I still think that the best current hope is the Oilers. Because what the Oilers have shown, even though they've struggled out of the gate, Gino, they have shown that their very best, which their top players have reached way more frequently in the playoffs than Winnipeg's, is capable of winning a Stanley Cup. They've gone farther, they've gone deeper, they've been closer. So even though they struggled the first few games, have gotten better as of late, what we know about Edmonton in the playoffs leads me to believe that the Oilers would be Canada's best bet right now to end the very long no Stanley Cup in Canada drought.
All right, Jets get the Leafs tonight. They've got the best power play in the league, clicking at almost 44%. Cole Perfetti has got 3 power play goals by himself. That's as many as the Leafs do as a team so far. What are the Jets doing on the power play that the Leafs haven't been able to do so far?
Well, a few different things, obviously, to make it that big of a difference. One, they got confidence, right? They have a great feel for each other. They're getting good results. They believe they can be creative and get goals, and they've been able to do so. I think they also have some very good offensive players. Don't sleep on how good Kyle Connor is, how good Mark Scheifele is, how good Josh Morrissey is. These are talented, super caliber players on the offensive end that can get things done. And the other thing they do well, Gino, is they get into the offensive zone. They have good guys on the zone entries to get the setups that they need. They're not going back to get it behind their own net 2 or 3 times per power play. And their puck retrievals. When they attack the net and the puck goes in the corner, they're good at getting it back, keeping possession, and trying it again. They're doing a lot of things right that the Leafs, with all their talent and their high-priced stars, are having trouble. They're slower to the puck. They're not quite sure themselves. They're a bit stationary and stagnant while moving it around, a little predictable. And even when you can shoot and make plays as well as they can, if the other team knows what you're doing and you do it slowly, you're much easier to defend.
All right, so the Leafs have said, enough of this going back to the well with the same talent over and over again. We got to do something. So they shook up their top unit power play. How do you like the moves they made? Was this the right thing to do right now?
Absolutely the right thing to do. What do you have to lose, right? It's not going to get any worse, so might as well switch it up. I do like the idea of taking Nylander off the unit with Matthews and Marner. Let those guys quarterback the first unit. Let Nylander run the second unit. And you need some more pace around the net and around the puck. So getting Pacioretty and Nyes up with Matthews and Marner, that seems to make sense. And let Nylander work with the other guys on the second unit and run it through there. Some healthy competition, a few different looks, change it up, switch it up, and hopefully find some success. There's still plenty of talent to go around for 2 units. They just got to freshen it up, and it's a good idea to do it now.
Despite their different records going in, FanDuel has tonight's contest as a tight one. The Jets are currently slim favorites at -114.